Welcome to the SwimSwam Podcast. I'm today's host, Coleman Hodges. Joining us today, she won 8 medals in Romania at the World Junior Championships, including 5 golds, 3 silvers. She helped Team USA to top the medal podium in both gold medals at 10 and overall medals at 22. She is the fastest 18 and under swimmer in history in the United States in the 100-meter freestyle at just age 16 at 52.79, which she won the 100 free in Romania. Today we're sitting down with Rylee Erisman. Rylee, thanks so much for joining us. How's it going?
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to talk to you today.
This episode of the SwimSwam Podcast is sponsored by Commit Swimming, SwimSwam's exclusive team management software partner. Since 2015, Commit has been providing coaches with swimming's leading workout management software. And now, Commit has team management software too. Commit wants to help you make the switch from Team Unify to a simpler, more powerful solution. Their onboarding and customer service team will walk you through every step of the way. Check them out at commitswimming.com to book your demo today. That's COMMIT swimming.com. Absolutely. Thanks again for joining us. I'm excited to talk to you as well. You've had quite a busy summer. You've been all over Indianapolis, Romania. You're getting ready for some college visits. So we're going to talk about all of that with you today. But now you're back home in Orlando right now. How's it feeling just to get into a little bit of normal life? You're back in school. You're back from all these travels. I know you're about to leave again, but how have these last few days been just kind of sinking back into normalcy for you?
Yeah, it feels great, honestly, just to get back into a routine, see all my friends, get caught up on school. It's just been great, to catch up on sleep. So yeah, I'm just enjoying my time at home while it lasts before I leave again. But yeah, it's just been super fun getting back into it and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I can imagine. And again, you were in Romania for the World Junior Championships. Had you ever been outside of the country or to Europe before?
Yeah, so last year I went to Australia for Junior Pan Pacs, and then a few weeks after that I went to Italy to watch my brother in World Junior Open Waters in Italy. So I've been some places before, but never Romania, so that was fun.
I feel like Romania has hosted a slew of meets, specifically junior meets, in the last maybe 5 years. And I think specifically in Otepeni at that pool, what was just the travel to World Juniors like? And then once you got to Romania, what was seeing the environment, the pool, the hotel? What was all that like for you?
Yeah, so luckily our travel was honestly super smooth. We all made it there. I know sometimes when you travel with a big group, there's always someone gets left behind or whatnot, but we all made it there same time. So that was super good. And then when we got there, we had just a few days just to adapt and stuff. And the pool was so nice. Honestly, one of the nicest pools I've ever in facilities I've ever been to. So that was super fun. And then our hotel was super great. The staff was great to us. So it was overall just a great trip. Everyone treated us really well, so it went well.
Nice. Did I've been to several places in Europe, and I'm from Missouri, so the middle of the country, very Midwest. And I remember once driving through France, and I'm like, this looks exactly like Missouri. Why? You don't picture France. I think you think of France, you think of Paris, you think of the city, Eiffel Tower. Yeah. And I'm just like, why does this look like a place I know exactly? Did just the scenery in Romania surprise you? Did it look very foreign to you, or did you see it and you're like, actually, I've seen this before?
I think maybe it looked a little familiar to me just because I've been to Italy before. So Europe, I kind of expected kind of what it would be like. But unfortunately, we didn't get to it was hotel pool. But yeah, like on our bus rides, we would all like look out the window and stuff. So it's definitely a cool scenery. I definitely think it's like something cool to see. And not everyone gets to see it. So yeah, it was definitely super cool.
I have to remind myself that, you're there for a job. You're in many swim meets, no matter where you travel to, it's like hotel, pool,
Yes. Yeah.
maybe a day out and about, but like even that, it's like you get to see one or two things and then
Yeah.
you're back to focusing.
Yes. Yeah.
So backing up just a little bit, you swim at US trials, you qualify for the World Junior Championships, and then what was the in between like for you? Because what was that, almost 2 months?
Yeah, it was 2 months. Yeah, I think it was
Okay.
roughly 2 months. Yeah, so I had nationals, and then I qualified for World Juniors, and, after nationals, I took some time off. After nationals, I actually got, like, pretty sick, so I was just out of the water for honestly, like, I don't know, it was, like, close to, like, a week and a half, 2 weeks maybe. And then finally I got back into it, just like slowly building up, and then I really got into training. And then kind of just went about my summer, enjoyed my summer, hung out with my friends and stuff. So, yeah, and then we kind of just trained all summer, and then we ended up in Romania, and yeah.
Is getting sick like that something that happens to you or has happened to you in the past after big meets like that? Because I feel like talking to a lot of elites, to a lot of athletes, it happens to me. And I'm not even swimming, I'm just covering the meets. But you go to a big 5-day meet, a national meet like that, where you're expending all this physical and emotional energy. And then you get home and you're like,
Yeah. Yeah, I think definitely after nationals, it was a long meet for me, and I definitely think that my body just like hit a wall, and I was gonna take a break anyways, but then I kind of just my body handed it to me and was like, "You need a break." So, yeah, it was definitely a needed break, but it was good. Yes, but I tend to, I don't know, I don't get sick a lot. I have like a decent immune system, I would say, like knock on wood, but I would definitely say, like, when I get super tired, my body will just basically, like, shut down, and I need a few days, so
I'm the same way. It's happened to me lately in the last year or two where I'll go to an NCAA's, for example, and like we're not sleeping much. We're doing a lot of coverage. I'm producing a lot of video content. And I'll get home and I won't get sick, but my body would be like, "You can't do anything but lay on the couch for 2 days.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, we're done."
yeah,
So I hear you. Yeah, and I'm glad that your body was vocal about that. It's like,
yes,
listen, we're done. You got to take a break.
yeah, yeah,
And
it
it seems
was
to have. Yeah, go
yeah,
ahead.
it worked, yeah, it was definitely it was not fun after, nationals, I just, like, I don't even know what happened, but I'm better now, so that's all that matters, and everything worked out, so yeah, it's good.
Yeah, yeah. So did you get to watch World Championships while they were happening?
Yeah, yeah, I did actually. So, I remember like it would start. We had practice at like 7 in the morning during the summer, and that's the same time like the finals would start that day. So
Okay. Yeah.
I would like put my phone in like a waterproof phone case and just like have it at the end of the block, and then I would like make my coach like give me updates on everything. So. And then I would stay up late and watch prelims. So yeah, luckily I got to watch it, which it was super fun to watch.
That is awesome. You're a true swim fan.
Yeah.
Did you have any takeaways from that meet, just watching it, or did you have a favorite race to watch? I mean, that's so cool that you got to engage with it in that way. What did you think of it?
Yeah. I really enjoyed watching it. I definitely think, like, it got me, like, fired up and, like, ready to go for my meet and stuff. I mean, there's several races that I can name, but I would say, Katie's 8 free was super cool to watch. I remember watching that one vividly. So yeah, I would just say, like, it really just, like, got me fired up and just ready to go. It was just, like, pretty inspiring to watch, so yeah.
And so then in terms of getting ready for World Junior Championships, I guess as a team,
Mhm.
did you guys have, I don't know, did Zoom calls with the team or team meetings ahead of time, before you all got together in Romania and were actually a team in person?
Yeah, so a lot of Zoom calls, which I feel like is pretty common before those trips. But yeah, luckily I feel like we were all like a pretty like tight knit group, like going into it. Like a lot of us, we all pretty much like knew each other, just from like previous meets and previous trips. So yeah, it was honestly just a really good group. We all bonded super well together, so it just went really well. And yeah.
Yeah. And then I guess also there was another major meet where your brother swam at. Right?
Yes.
He was
Yeah.
in Italy again at WUGs.
Yeah.
What was it? Which again, the Team USA, another dominant performance
Mhm.
there, and he got to be a part of that. But what was it like having him get ready for that, and just kind of seeing him get prepared, and then also getting to watch him compete in Italy?
Yeah,
Or
I would
sorry,
say
Berlin, Germany.
yeah, Berlin, yeah. Yeah, I would say, like, just watching him I would say, like, same thing I said about Worlds, just watching him, like, prepare and stuff was just super cool and seeing how, like, he went about it and stuff, and then just watching how he did just really, like, inspired me and, like, gave me a lot of confidence knowing that he did well, so then hopefully I would do well, so, yeah, I think just, like and then he came home and he was telling me how much fun he had, and then I think I just got really excited, so, yeah.
I don't know how much overlap in events you guys have, but do you guys ever train together?
We do, yeah. He's off at college now, so unfortunately, no more, no more of that. But yeah, we've definitely trained together a long time. He definitely does sometimes more like distancy sets, and I look at them and I'm like, yeah, not for me. But some days, like on our mid distance days or like stroke days, we'll overlap and stuff. So he's fun to train with.
Yeah. How big is your group, your training group in Orlando?
Um, it's probably now. I mean, yesterday I was back at yesterday was my first day back at practice, so
Okay.
it's probably like 20 people, roughly, like 15 to
Okay.
20.
Yeah.
Before, like we had a huge senior group leave this year. I
Mm.
think we had like close, like somewhere around like 12 to 13 seniors leave. So big group. So our group's a little bit smaller now, but it's
Okay.
still good. I have great people to train with still, so I'm happy.
Yeah. And I mean, how often, you're mentioning distance sets, which obviously your brother's a little more mid distance. We've seen you skew towards the 50, 100, 200. But how often are you split into groups versus just, I guess, training as one whole group?
Yeah, I would say definitely more so in our afternoon practices. We might be split more, so we'll have like a sprint group, a mid D group, and then a distance group, and then a lot of the days we'll have like a stroke group. So sometimes breast and fly are together, depends, and then backstroke's kind of its own thing, and then some days we'll have a 2 IM group and then a 4 IM group. So, but then also like a lot of the days we are together. I know like on Saturdays, like also I haven't been there, so I'm like still trying to figure out the schedule. Um, like yesterday, I thought practice started at 3:30, and I walked in and like everyone was in the water. It was like 3:20, and I was like, "Why is everyone in the water?" And then Kyle, my coach, was like, "It starts at 3:15 today," and I was like, "Well, I'm still on Romanian time or whatever." So,
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah, it's a good schedule that we're on, and it works well for all of us. I think we get a good mix of like training with different people and then also getting what we need. So it's good.
So which groups do you most often train with then?
Yeah. So it honestly just depends where I'm at in like training. So in like like if I'm at like my most like peak training, I'll normally be in mid distance or sometimes distance, like depending on what the set is. And then I'm normally in backstroke group, and then a lot of the times I'm in 4 IM group. Or if I want to just if I'm more like sprinty, like closer to meets, I'll go in mid distance, and then I'll do like 2 IM group. Or some days, if I'm really like feeling sprint, I will do sprint group. But I don't go in sprint group a lot just because I feel like I need the aerobic that I get in mid distance.
So do you get to choose a fair amount of
Yeah.
which group you end up going to?
Yeah, it's pretty like whatever you want to do, like kind of on your own, like you know what you have to do. So you should do it. Like, obviously a distance swimmer shouldn't be in the sprint group, and every once in a while Kyle will be like, you shouldn't be there. But yeah, it's definitely like pick your own pace, kind of like that. So like yesterday was my first day back, so I was in the breaststroke and fly group just for just like I was just chatting at the back of the lane, so having fun. So yeah,
sounds great.
Yeah.
That's so cool that you get that much authority though with your own training. Have you so you're entering your junior season of high school. Have you been with this training group for the last 2 years? Longer, shorter?
Yeah, so honestly, we've all like been together since like I mean, I've been on this team for 7 years now, I think it is. So I think really like in 8th grade and like freshman year is really like even 7th grade, really. We're all together. Like we've honestly all just kind of like grown up together and like came up together. So yeah, it's kind of, we've just had this group and it's kind of honestly like been the same since I was like a little one. So yeah, it's good. We're all like super close with each other. So it's good. Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. I feel like that's the classic swim team tale of, starting young and then just rising through the ranks.
So yeah.
Do you race the 400 IM if you train for it?
I did last summer. I did, and I wasn't bad at it. I had my trials cut in it, so I would say I was pretty good at it, in my opinion. It definitely hurts a lot, but much respect for people who swim that event. But yeah, I definitely think like if I trained it, I could definitely do it. So like maybe like I feel like this season I definitely focused a lot on freestyle and backstroke, but maybe next season I'll venture off into some IM. So.
Okay, I'm learning new things. I'm obviously not caught up on your stats. No idea you had a trials cut in the 400 IM.
No, yeah. Kyle, his if you know him or if you've ever done one of his IM sets, they're literally like the most brutal thing you'll ever do. Like at junior team camp, he was a coach there, and one day it was like a 2 IM set, and like people like still to this day will like come up to me and be like, that was the hardest thing ever. But yeah, I definitely think like you can train for your individual events on my team and then also be really good at like the 4 free or the 4 IM or the 5 free. So yeah.
That's really great to hear. Yeah. Do you remember what the 200 IM set was?
It was a really long like pattern. Like I was actually in sprint group that day. I remember which it was like 650s like off the block, like all out, and I don't know why, but that was really hard for me. I was like dying, getting killed over there. But yeah, I don't know why I didn't do 2 IM that day, but I remember it was just a really long ladder set of just like random things thrown in. I don't have it with me right now, but yeah, I've done it before, so I know like kind of, but it was one of those.
Sure. Yeah. No, I think many swimmers have had one of those sets.
Yeah.
They know the IM pain. Well, that's that's really cool to hear, and it's cool to hear that you've got options for event schedules moving forward.
Definitely.
Do you have you, maybe this isn't something you're even looking at yet, but have you talked to your coach about maybe what this season might look like for you, or what your focus might be in terms of events, racing, or even just training?
Yeah, honestly, like I have not like met with my coach yet. Like I feel like I'm still like processing everything that happened this summer and then just like trying to get back into it. And then I basically go right into high school season. My first high school meet is next week, so I have that to get through. So yeah, I feel like once everything kind of dies down, I feel like that's normally when we'll sit down and be like, this is what we really want to accomplish this season and set our goals and stuff. So, and normally it flows really well. So normally everything goes smooth and everyone's on the same page. So
yeah, figured that might be the case. You've still got a very busy fall. You got high school season, you've got visits to go on, which we'll talk about later, but yeah. So you've got enough going on right now, it seems like.
Yeah.
So for high school season, is it a situation where you're training with your club for the most part, and then you go to 1 or 2 high school practices a week and then the competitions as well? Or is it you're kind of all in for high school?
So I feel like my high school season, one of my club assistant coaches the high school team. So we don't have to go to any high school practices or anything. Like
Okay.
the high school practices we have 2 pools. The high school practices they're in the morning at one of our other pools. So we don't have to go to any of them. We just show up to the meets, and he knows, like, and that's the same there's a few other people on different teams around my area. So basically, if you're like on a club team here, like you kind of just show up to the meets, and if not, you do go to the high school practices. But yeah, we're all like super lucky. I feel like we can just like stay with our club teams and then all come together at the meets, which I think it works good. So.
Yeah, no, I feel like I've coached swimming in Texas. I've coached swimming in Missouri. And I feel like every state it's every city, every club, it's so different with how many practices you have to go to, or you're just going to the meets. And so I think it's very cool to have that flexibility of I'm still training and I'm still part of the team. And so I'm going to go to the competitions. What's your favorite part of high school season?
Definitely just like, I don't know, like states is super fun for me. And then just all like the little meets like leading up to it is super fun. Just like hanging out with like, you just like get to swim with your best friends at meets. So yeah, it's just super fun. Like high school relays are always really fun for us. So yeah, I think we all just like have a good time together, and we all have a lot of fun. So
okay, 2-part question. Do you choose your events, or does your coach? And then do you end up swimming a variety of events, or do you end up swimming just like 2 or 3 main events for a lot of the meets?
Yeah, so it honestly, like, it depends. Like last year I swam at states. I swam the 50 and 100 free, and then I think I was some relays. I think I was on 2 relays. So yeah, I picked those, and then kind of just whatever relays they need me on. And then yeah, so I feel like we all get to pick what we want to swim. You know, we're not like thrown into anything like, oh, I have to swim the 5 free. Because I feel like we all swim pretty different things, so it lines up well of what we want to swim and stuff. So yeah, I forgot your other part of the question, but
yeah. So do you throughout the course of a high school season, you know, there's 8 individual events. How many of the 8 do you end up swimming at least once?
I would say maybe like, because there's breaststrokes, so I don't know. I don't do a lot of breaststroke.
Not the 100 breast.
Not the 100 breast. Maybe like 5 of those. Like last year, I feel like I did. Yeah, I feel like we just kind of go through it. I don't know, like, and like the smaller meets, I would say it's like kind of random of what you swim. And then once we get closer to like states and our higher meets, we'll try to like lock in what everyone's swimming so we can just practice it. But yeah, I would say like, I remember last year I swam like the 5 free and the 2 IM and the 100 back and just all those and the 2 free up ones. So yeah, like you definitely like swim everything, I would say. It's not just like from the beginning, you're only swimming these. So it's nice. You get like a good variety.
Yeah. No, that sounds fun. So then in your high school swimming, once you get to, I guess, the postseason or those bigger meets, is it a situation where it's like a district and then a sectional and then a state?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Yeah. So we have districts, regionals, and then states. So those are kind of like qualifying like meets. So districts, I think is based off of times of like I think it's combined. So from all the different district meets, obviously. And regionals is based off placement, I believe. So I think it's like top, I don't know. High school season's like it's a mess. It changes every year, but I think it's like top 3 maybe that make it to states. And then states is you have prelims finals on the same day. So yeah.
Gotcha. Prelims finals on the same day.
Yes, it is the craziest day of your life. You go to which our high school meets, I feel like they're, like, pretty long. So, yeah, you go to prelims, which is really long. You'll end
Yeah.
at, like, 1, and then you have to be back at the pool at, like, 4 for finals. And then you end finals really late too. So, yeah, it's one day, so it's crazy. You swim a lot of events in one day.
So you swim 8 times.
Yes. You're swimming a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd wanna do the 50 and the 100 too.
Yeah.
I mean, that's essentially like one big lactate set, right?
Yeah, literally just it's just like lactate all day and you just like doing leg gains every 2 seconds. Like I remember at finals last year, like I didn't even have time to like warm down between one of my events because I had like podium. And so I just like was like I don't care. I'm just gonna go swim and hope I don't cramp or anything. But it works out. I think you use like the adrenaline and how much fun you're having and everyone swims well. So yeah.
Well, now I'm just curious. So there's the medley relay at the beginning. There's
Yes.
the 2 free relay like here, and then there's the 4 free relay here. Which 2 relays were you on?
I was on the medley, which was first, and then
Okay.
the last one, the
4 free.
4 free.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I had 50 free and 100 free somewhere along.
Okay. Right. They're like 50, and then like there's the diving break, I believe.
Yeah. Well, our diving, we don't even get a diving break because diving is in prelims and finals. So yeah, you just go and it's crazy.
So do you remember like how much time you had between the 50 free and the 100 free?
I honestly don't. Like I remember like swimming the 50 free. And then I was like, okay, like I feel like a 50 free, it's like a good warm up for me. So I was like, yeah, I feel good now. Like I'm ready to go. Like I feel warmed up for this 100. So I don't know. I might have had time to do like I don't know, like a 100 warm down. But I remember after 100 free, like I don't remember warming down, if I'm being honest. If I did, I just like sat in the warm down pool and was batting. So but yeah, it all worked out. Everything went well. Like we all did good. So nothing went bad. So I swam fast. So it was good.
Yeah. Crying, you're still flushing everything out.
Yeah. I mean, I'll like walk up and down the warm up pool and just move around. So I think my body can hold a good amount of lactic acid before it shuts down. So yeah.
It's a good skill to have. Yeah, that's that aerobic training.
Yes.
I assume. Yeah. I mean, it sounds fun. So for that situation, I didn't even expect to talk about this high school season, but I'm so intrigued by this same day prelims finals. Do you hold back on the prelims? Like, can you pace yourself a little bit? Because I guess it's 250s and 200s, right?
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, you definitely in the morning just want to like get to finals, like just make it through and not absolutely kill yourself and be dead for the night. If you're able to. So yeah, it's nice. You can cruise the morning. And then you just go at night. That's like really like when like state finals is really when everyone just like goes basically. Like, I feel like leading up, everyone's just kind of like, yeah. But state finals is when it like really gets exciting. So
okay. That sounds like a lot of fun. Wow. Cool. Well, so you have that to look forward to.
Yes.
Moving forward, you're just getting started with high school. All right. 28 minutes later, let's backtrack. World Junior Championships in Romania. So just heading into the meet, did you have goals for yourself? You know, obviously you were swimming 3 individual events. I'm guessing you had a pretty good idea you'd be on some relays. How were you feeling heading into this competition, and what were you looking to achieve there?
Yeah, I was super excited going into it. Like my main goal was really just to like, I just really wanted to just go into it and have fun. And honestly, like I try not to just like set like time goals and just like I need to go this time and whatnot. But one thing I really wanted to do, I just wanted to keep myself on the national team for this year. So that was like my main goal. I just want to stay on the national team. So yeah, I just kind of just went into it with an open mind. I was like, I'll be happy with whatever happens. And I think that mentality works well for me. I feel like when I put a lot of pressure on myself, it tends to not go the best for me. So just like learning to swim more free and just going into it with an open mind, and yeah.
Yeah. Do you feel like there was a situation this season where that you learned that from, where you did put a lot of pressure on yourself and you kind of learned, oh, maybe this isn't the best way to go about things for me?
I would definitely say at nationals, that was a pretty it was a hard meet for me. I'm not gonna lie. Like I definitely like mentally, I don't think I was at my best for that meet. It was just I think I just put a lot of pressure on myself for that meet, and I learned really quickly. Like the first day of the meet, I was like, this does not work. So I just need to have fun the rest of the meet, and whatever happens, happens. So yeah, definitely just learning to not take it so serious, and just have fun with it, and just like swim free basically.
It's easy to say. Did you was it as easy to just say, oh, I need to have fun? I mean, how were you able to change that course of thinking, especially just over the course of a 5-day meet where your two of your bigger events were the first 2 days?
Yeah, I would definitely say it was at World Juniors. I would say it was pretty easy to do, just because I feel like on those meets, like you're with your best friends, and like everyone on that team wants you to succeed and like do your best. So, and I feel like everyone is just like wants to achieve the same goal. So I think at World Juniors it was like super easy, and that was something that everyone preached to the team was like, you're not gonna like you have to just have fun and like not put so much pressure on yourself if one thing doesn't go your way. I do feel like at nationals it was like a little bit hard to do, especially like if you bring like a smaller team and stuff. Obviously, like you can hang out with your friends, but at nationals it is such like a high intense environment, and I definitely think like it was a learning curve for me, like to to be able to swim well in those high intense environments. And obviously, World Juniors was super high and intense, but I think I just learned like you just have to put that to the side and just like almost think that you're swimming at just like a club meet at home and just go for it and have fun. So yeah.
I mean, like you said, at US trials, you are among every American swimmer who's at that level, and you are competing against all of them. Like you said, small amount of club teammates.
Mm-hmm.
World Juniors, you're on a team with 50 of your best friends, right? Competing with all of them.
Yes.
It's just, it's a little different.
It's definitely different. And I think I learned a lot from it this summer. And I think like moving forward, I hopefully have more confidence in myself and going into those meets. And yeah, I definitely think I just learned a lot, and I'm like ready for another meet like that just to, prove myself kind of.
Yeah, absolutely. So at World Juniors, you have 3 individual events. You end up swimming on 5 relays. Did you have, just highlight moments from that meet? What did you have a favorite race? Did you have a favorite relay?
Yeah. I would say favorite relay, I would either say the 4x1 free. We got the world junior record in that. That was super fun.
Was that on day 1?
It was
later in the meet.
Middle of the meet.
Okay.
Yeah. It was like almost dead set in the middle. And then the mixed relays are super fun for me. I find those fun. And then also, like all the relays are so much fun. I couldn't like pick one specifically. And then like an individual, I would say 100 free was super fun. Me and Lily were in it together. Like we were right next to each other in semis and finals, so that was super great. We both said that like we feel like that really helped us. And then also 50 free, I was right next to Nam for most of it. So yeah, and then 2 free, I was right next to Kennedy in it. So I don't know, like it was like the whole meet was just one big highlight, and like I don't think I could like specifically pick like one race or one event. I think it just all went super well. So
yeah. I'll ask you about that 100 free specifically, just because if I'm not mistaken, you broke the championship record and I think the 15-16 national age group record every time you swam it.
Yeah.
And so it seemed like you were in the pocket, right? You were on a roll.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about just going from prelims to semis to finals, 53 low, 53 lower, 52.7. It seemed like, you were kind of in this flow state of like, I'm really locked in here.
Yeah. So 100 free was my first like individual event of the meet. So I feel like I was really like, my mind was fresh and obviously my body was still too. So prelims, I remember being super nervous before that. I think just like first individual and just like first race jitters kind of thing. But then like I feel like I just kind of learned to use that as just like excitement and fuel for myself. And then prelims went really well. And I honestly like surprised myself. I was like, wow, like, okay, that went really well. And I think that gave me a lot of confidence for semis and then semis later that night. It's interesting because I don't know, I don't have tons of experience with like the semis and finals.
Yeah.
A little bit at trials last year, but it was kind of weird. I kind of treated semis almost like a final. And then that went even better. And then finals the next day, I had that morning off. So I kind of just got to relax and just take it slow. And then that night I was just really excited. I like wasn't nervous at all, which I'm glad, but I really just wanted to like go out there and just win a medal for Team USA. And I did that. And I definitely, like I said, I definitely surprised myself a little bit, but I'm super happy with it.
Did you, from prelims to semis to finals, did you get any feedback from your coaches that you felt was applicable or kind of helped you go from one to the other and keep improving?
Yeah, I definitely think, I remember in prelims, I had all the coaches said I had a really good turn and then like breakout and stuff. So I kind of kept that and I was like, okay, what did I do here? And then also like looking at my splits really helped me and like the race stats we receive after about like our tempo and stuff that helped. So I think like going out, like, I don't know, I think I was at like 25 or something along the lines there. So I think looking at my splits really helped me and just, I know I can come home fast. So I just wanted to like go out maybe a little faster and then just come home faster, and keeping my tempo up is a big thing. And not just like swimming at like a 400 free, but also like staying long at the same time. So I definitely feel like there was a lot of good advice that just really like built in on each other and just kept, it just all played in really well. So.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds great. I think the results speak for themselves. On the flip side, I know you said it was one big highlight reel at this meet, and it seems like it was a lot of fun, especially with Team USA if they're on a roll like that.
Yeah.
Did you have moments where you ended up being nervous or that were scary or that were like kind of took you by surprise throughout the meet?
Yeah, I would definitely say I remember the first relay, it was the 4x2.
Okay.
That was like my first swim, first everything. So I remember, I think I took that out in like 55. So I think I was just really excited. So, and I remember being on the block and I was pretty like, not scared, but I was like, oh, like, I don't know, but it went well and everything worked out. But I didn't expect to be prelims. I didn't expect to be nervous for the 100 free, but I mean, I was, and I think it worked out. And then I remember 2 free prelims. I remember that morning I was pretty like run down and just tired. I had a late night the night before. So I kind of just wanted to just like make it through the finals. And I had a long night that night. So, but then that also went really well. So I think everything was just like, it worked out how it was supposed to. So.
Yeah. I mean, and just learning to deal, with those nerves or with that amount of stress, with not having a lot of sleep, I feel like is a skill set of its own that you kind of just have to go through to grow. Yeah. And you were, you swam 3 individuals, 5 relays, prelims, semis, finals. And this was in 6 day meet?
I think 6 or 7.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think 6.
Okay, yeah. It wasn't, now that I say it, it wasn't 8, but yeah, so 6 or 7 day meet.
Yeah.
How did you manage all of these swims? I mean, had you ever had a schedule like this before where you were swimming this much for that period of time?
Yeah. Definitely, like, one thing that we had to all learn was to conserve our energy and not, like I remember, like, the coaches, like, I don't know why, but we would all get, like, just, like, the most insane amounts of energy at night, like, before we're about to go to bed,
Sure.
and, like,
Yeah.
we would literally be, like, running up and down the hallway, and, like, the coaches were like, "Guys, like, take a deep breath, like, go in your room and go to sleep. Like, we need to it's a long meet. It's a marathon, not a sprint." So, yeah, and I think at trials last year and at nationals this year, I got, a decent experience with those longer meets and knowing how to just keep my body in shape for that long. And then I knew going into it that the last night I had that triple. So I
What
knew
was the
like,
triple?
yeah, I had a 50, it was the 50 free final, the 2 free final, and then the 4x1.
Oh my gosh, that's right. I remember seeing this and thinking that it was sadistic that they would put these on the same night.
So, I don't know why, but like the scheduling, it was like insane. I remember like they put the 100 free final and the mixed 4x1 free on the same night, and me and Lily were like, okay, like World Aquatics, like I think like the people that are in the 100 free are gonna be on that relay. So you just see people literally just like running, and then like I know Charlotte, she had like crazy doubles a lot of the nights too. So yeah, it was just, I mean, it was a lot of learning, and just like you just had to come together and just support each other through it all. You would just see people running everywhere to get to where they needed to be. So I remember like I scratched the 100 and the 50 back, and I remember warming down after 100 free semis, and it was literally like right after, and it was the 100 back like final was like the next race or something. And I was like thinking to myself, I was like, if I did this, like I don't know, like I wouldn't have time to warm down. So yeah, definitely like some scheduling was something to adapt to, but it was good.
Was scratching the 50 and 100 back your decision, coach's decision, combination of the two?
Yeah, it was definitely it was a combination of two. I remember sitting down like about like a month before, and like I was writing out the schedule, and we were like looking at it, and we were like, this is not like I don't know, like but it was just insane. Like I think in total, if I swam every single event if I swam the 100 and the 50 back, it was like 19 races or something that I would have swam. So yeah,
6 days.
we had to make a decision, and I just wanted to be at my best for the relays, and obviously I wanted to do well in my freestyle events. So, and we have great backstroke, so it worked out.
Yeah, seems like a prudent decision. You still had plenty of races without those two, I would say. And yeah, like you said, it just seems like even without that, everyone's just running around.
Yeah. Last night I was literally like getting like fast pass through. It was like almost the craziest thing I've ever done in my life. Like I would literally, I remember getting out of 50 free, and I did like a quick interview, and then normally you have to like walk through like the media zone, but this lady, one of the volunteers there, she like met me at the end of the pool, and then we took like a sharp like left through, and then we went through like all these tunnels, and then I was in the warm down pool, and then all of a sudden I had to go to podium for 50 free, and then I had to run from podium from 50 free to ready room for 100 free, and then I had 100 free podium, and then warm down, and then the relay, and then after the relay after the relay I was supposed to be on the podium for, I think I said 100 free accidentally, but I mean 2 free. So I had to like actually like almost, I did like an interview, but it was like a relay interview, so I had to like actually like leave early and run, and I was literally just running everywhere that night. But yeah, luckily like I had like my own personal assistant, so yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That sounds insane. wow, what a lot to manage. So throughout this process, what do you feel like worked for you just in terms of making sure that your body was able to handle this load of racing?
Mm-hmm. I definitely think, like throughout the meet, I think just making sure I was warming down a lot. I feel like at these meets, it's sometimes hard to do. Sometimes it's hard to do because like you finish the relay and then it's kind of already late, and then whether you have to go through doping and all of that, and you kind of just you warm down quickly and you're like,
Oh,
I
you
just
have to
want
do
to.
drug testing too?
Yeah. Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
yeah, it's a lot, but I think the coaches, they just did a really good job of making sure, like, we got everything we needed, like, no matter what time at night it was, and just, like, we got all of our food, everything we needed, like, our nutritionist was super good, and then, like, on the mental side that we were good and processing everything good, so, yeah, I think it all just we had great support through it all, and I think it just really worked out.
All right, you're 16 years old. I want, if for any 16-year-old or teenagers listening to this, how much are you warming down after every race?
It used to okay, it honestly depends. I put my fins on, and it depends on the race. So I'll put my fins on, I'll take my tech suit off, I'll put my fins on, and then I'll just start swimming, just long swimming. And then and kinda until I feel a little bit better, like the lactic acid's flushed out. Um, I'll do like anywhere from a 300 to a 500 long swim, and then I kick. I love kicking and warming down, just because I feel like my legs definitely hold the most. So I have to kick a lot. And then I'll kind of kick for a 200, and then I'll swim another 200, then I'll kick for another 100, and then swim another 100. So I don't know. I try to do like close to, I don't know, anywhere from 800 to like, I don't know, 1200. Like it honestly, it depends how I feel. It might be more some days, it might be less. Like after a 50 free, I might not need as much. But yeah, I used to like, I still kind of despise warming down, but we get it done and we've figured it out. So
Yeah, no, I don't think you're alone there. I think every most swimmers do, I guess. There was one of my favorite just like teeny tiny little like 2-second sound clips that I've ever, I've interviewed a lot of swimmers at this point, but I was talking to Olivia Smaliga, you know who that is?
yes.
At one time, and she was like, we're doing the interview. She's like, she just won an event, just swam a race. She's like talking, and she looks around and she's like, I know my coach is going to come here soon and tell me I have to warm down, but I hate it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think sometimes I try to like drag it out, and I'll like sit and talk for like if I get in a conversation with someone like, oh no, I'm not warming down for the next like 5 or 10 minutes. Like I will sit there and talk forever. But yeah, my coach will sometimes like come find me on the wall and he'll be like, start swimming. Yeah, I've gotten better at it, and I've taken it into my own accountability. So yeah.
No, that's, I mean, and it shows, right? You're holding yourself accountable, warming down, taking care of yourself, and 5 golds, 3 silvers later, here we are. So just reflecting on this meet now that you've been home and kind of had some time to flush the meat out and to process it, do you feel like you just have takeaways or lessons learned or just favorite memories from this meet?
Yeah, I definitely think I learned a lot about myself and what works best for me at this meet like at meets now. So like on like the mental side, just like I said earlier, just like learning to not focus everything on one thing and just take it slow and take it one thing at a time. And there's just like favorite memories, like just like getting to spend it with like all the girls on the team, and it's just super fun. Like yeah, it's just like an experience. It's hard to describe until like you experience it. Like really it's like truly like a once in a lifetime experience. So yeah, I was a great meet. It went better than I could have ever expected, honestly. So yeah, I'm just super excited for what's to come.
Yeah. Well, congrats again, Rylee, on a successful summer on a great World Junior Championships. And now, speaking of what's to come, you are in the thick of college, the college recruiting process, heading into your junior year of high school. So when did this process start for you, and how has it been going for you so far?
Yeah, so it started June 15th. That's like the day where everyone, that's where everyone reaches
Phones
out.
are blowing up.
Yeah, it's Christmas morning. You wake up and you're like, "Oh, this is fun." You kind of just get like almost thrown right into it. And yeah, so luckily for this class, it was like after nationals, so we didn't have to like worry about like interfering with that. So we got some good time to decompress nationals and then kind of go into it. So it's going really well for me. It's been really smooth so far. I feel like you learn a lot about yourself and what you need and what suits you best, just like talking and having these conversations. The more you, I feel like, talk about it, the more you understand and learn about yourself. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. It's been fun, and yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. You're going on your first trip this weekend?
Yes. I leave tomorrow. So yeah.
Well, I hope they go well. I'm sure we will talk to you again at some point and ask you about what trips you went on, how they went. But good luck in this process. I'm glad it's gone well for you so far. And thank you again for taking the time to sit down and talk to us about your season and your summer.
Yes, thank you for having me.
You've been listening to the SwimSwam Podcast. Stay tuned for new episodes every week. You can take SwimSwam Podcast on the go by subscribing on your favorite podcast platform. Look for links in the description below, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos as well.